What you're about to see is just a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick. You see, it's stage blood.
I like to make them not squirm, scared, just outright scared.
It's riding on the surface of my arm. It's not penetrating my arm. That would be real. This is an illusion. This is real. Look. Check it out. It's a trick.
Hi, I'm the Amazing Johnathan. You just watched 2 videos showing the knife through the arm illusion and the effect it has on the audience. If you're watching this, you now own one of these and you're going to get the same exact effect. This is not the normal knife through arm that you get at the magic shop. This is not a toy. This looks like a real knife, as you can see. The handle, much thinner than the blade. The blade is real stainless steel. Everything about this knife looks like a real knife. The secret is this. This little piece of metal here, when it pulls out, forms the arch for your arm. By holding that like that, it looks like one just complete butcher knife. And people can examine the knife blade because they can't pull it out unless you let that go. So you can actually say to somebody here, try to examine the blade. It's a normal blade. I made 30 of these about 25 years ago, and I've seen them on eBay for $800 to $1,000. So I decided I'm going to make them again, and I'm selling them, and you have one, and you only paid $200 for it. So this is probably the coolest trick that you're ever going to buy, and it'll last your lifetime. Well, you want it to last your lifetime, not my lifetime. But here's
Yo,
how.
honey, stop leaving your dick pump on my bed.
I'm
This is your bathroom.
I'm recording.
Oh shit, sorry.
Dick pump. Very funny. Okay. Where was I? So, I don't have a dick pump, by the way. Here's how you do it. As you're cutting your arm like this, making a sawing motion, you let the edge, this edge, catch your arm like this. And that extends it, and it's perfect. It looks just like it's going through your arm. Now, to get it off, it's the same way. You take this finger, and you put it like that. You pull it back. So, let it catch to put it on, and then pull it back as you're cutting to get it back in. Easy, easy, easy. So, this is the blood tube. It's on the other side of the handle, so nobody ever sees it. And I'll show you how it works.
Okay.
Okay, now you just saw the effect without the blood. Like I said, this has to be hidden the whole time under your fingers. They can't see that ever. So there it is, like that. Now I start the blood right away. When I start to do this, I let them see a little bit of blood by squeezing the blood bulb, which is this. This bulb is filled with blood, and it fits onto this tube on the back side of the knife. Now if it's back too far for you to reach and you have small hands, then you can cut this tube shorter and put the blood bulb up closer to the front. Is your little finger and the one next to it that will be squeezing the bulb like that. That's how it looks from the back. From the front, you can't see anything. So this is what I do. I take the knife first of all, and I poke a hole in my arm. As I'm poking the hole in my arm, it makes a little pool of blood. What I'm doing, I'm squeezing the blood bulb, and it's running down the back of the knife and then filling that hole that I'm making. So it really looks like I'm poking the hole in my arm like that. Then I show them that. Then I go into the slicing motion, and boom, when I do that, that's when the blood really gets going, as you can see. That's about a quarter of the blood bulb. Don't make that sound. So that's what they see. Now I haven't put a thickener in this. This is just water. When it's thicker, it's much better because it stays on your arm. What I do to make the blood thicker is I use this Kool-Aid. Don't use stage blood because it's expensive and it's sticky and it's messy. Just get yourself a pack of sugar-free black cherry Kool-Aid. Cherry's a bit too red. You want black cherry because it looks dark and rich like real blood. That's the color that you want. And nostalgia, it brings you back to when you were a little kid, when you were a little amazing. It's not sticky. You want it thicker than this, so what you have to do is add one of two things. You can add KO syrup, which is a mess, sticky mess. But I use clear dish soap. If you get clear dish soap, it thickens up the blood and it's a self-cleaning blood. If it gets on your shirt, it rinses out easy. On your skin, it comes right out because it's soap. So that's smart. Clear dish soap, 2 packs of this, and you'll have the color that you want. It does stain a little bit if you're doing a lot of shows. White Vaseline on your arm. If you're like me, you have it on there anyway. But just put some Vaseline on your arm and it'll come off real easy. Another thing is, don't rub your eyes. If you're using soap blood and you got an eye, something itches your eye after you've done the knife art trick, you're going to be in bad shape because the soap will get in your eyes and that'll pretty much be the end of your show. So no rubbing the eyes afterwards. It's very easy. It's an easy prop. It doesn't really need any explanation. But for $200, I felt like I owed this to you to go ahead and show you how I do it. I'm trying to think if there's any more tricks. It really is easy. You just have to rinse. Make sure you clean the knife out. Just run it under water. You're not going to hurt it. This is a shatterproof handle. This won't ever rust because it's stainless steel. Like I said, you should have it for the life of your show. If anything happens to it, send us the unused portion of the knife and we'll send you back the unused portion of your money. So, that is it. Knife through arm. A lot of people, if you're a kid doing this trick, this probably is much too large and far back for you to handle. So you can take this off and you can use any blood bulb that you want. If you want a smaller one, because your hands are smaller, you can buy it any size that you want. Your syringes are small. This just happens to be the one that most people can use. But practice in front of a mirror so you know that they can't see that. You know, you don't want that sticking out a little bit. You can also, like I said, make the tube shorter so that it rides closer. You can cut more of this off so that you can put it farther down. It's fully customizable, so that's it. Knife through arm. Oh, and it's balanced. So if you can ditch the blood bulb, you can show people the knife like by doing that. You can walk around going, look, 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 it's in my arm, it's in my arm. All you have to do that is just palm this off, you know, drop it somewhere. Boom. You can show both sides.